In this video, we're going to take a look at transitions in PowerPoint 2013 and 2016. This is PowerPoint 2013, but it is identical in both versions. So a transition is what happens when one slide disappears and the next one appears. If we go do a preview of our slideshow, let's go down here and click on the slideshow view button. It will start up our slideshow. And this is just a template that I've downloaded from Microsoft's templates on their website. And I'm going to hit page down now to go to the next slide. And you see it just one disappears and the other one immediately reappears. And there's no special transition or anything going from one to the next. So I'm going to hit escape now to go out of my slideshow view and go back into the editing view. So let's go to our list of transitions here, and we see a bunch of options. This is not all of them. If we click on the More button, we can see there are quite a few, and they're categorized as either being subtle or exciting or dynamic. And if we pick one, let's try fade here. It will do a preview for us. I didn't see much of a fade there. There it is. Let's try another one. Let's try push here. And it shows you how one pushes up from the bottom. And so we can do a preview on all of these here. It should do the preview while we're in design view rather than having to go and watch the slideshow. So we've got a bunch of choices here. And so you can just go in here and check them out and play with them. And when you pick one of these, let's go down here and pick something that's a little bit more obvious. Let's try dissolve, okay? And that's what dissolve looks like. Actually, let's do checkerboard instead. There we go. That one's really obvious. And you can click apply to all. It's possible to put a different transition on every slide if you want to. It probably looks better if you just do the same transition every time, unless you've got a really good reason for changing transitions. So I'm going to click on apply to all here. And then I'm going to go back up to slide number 1 here, and we're going to go down to the bottom and we're going to preview our slideshow. And the first one comes in like that. I'm going to click on my mouse button to go to slide number 2, and every slide in the entire slideshow now should have the same transition associated with it. And we don't need to look at all of them. I'm going to hit escape here, and we're going to go back into design view. If you want to do different transitions for different slides, you can just click on the slide that you want. And actually, let's go back here now and let's get rid of them all. And so we'll choose none. And now we're back to the original default. And so let's say, let's go down here and let's look at some of the ones that are a little bit more dynamic. So let's try zoom on the first one, and let's try go down here the second one, and let's try, and it always takes me back up to the top here. I don't like that, but so I got to go back here and let's try pan this time, and I'm going to go to the next slide, and again it takes me back up to the top here, so I've got to go down all the way to the bottom. And on this one we'll do Ferris wheel, and that's probably enough. So now if we go back to slide number 1 here and we go down and do our preview of our slideshow, okay, that one has the first transition, this one has the second one, and this one has the third one. So they all have a different transition. I'm going to hit escape now and go back into design view. There are also, depending on what you choose, there may or may not be some effect options over here. So if this is grayed out, there's only one choice. But if it's not grayed out, then there are some options, and the options are going to vary depending on what you have chosen for your transition. So I've got Ferris wheel selected right now. If I click over here, I can either have it come in from the right or from the left. And are there some more options there? I'm not sure why they have those dots there. So those are my two options. And let's check out conveyor here, and let's see what we get for conveyor options, and it's the same thing. Let's check out rotate, and so here we've got 4 options, and you can just click on each one and try it and see what it looks like. And again, remember, if you want to apply this to everything in your slideshow, you do have to click on the Apply to All button. So just go ahead and check these out and see how they look and see what you like, and go ahead and apply that to your slideshow. We also have some options over here for timing that you may or may not want to do. The duration for each transition has a default time associated with it, and you can make that go a little bit faster, a little bit slower, just by changing the number here. You can also add sounds if you want to. I'm not sure that's such a good idea. I think it might just distract from your slideshow. And you can also have it decide when you're going to advance to the next slide, either by clicking on the mouse or by waiting for so many seconds. And most of the time when you use slideshow, you're not going to know exactly how long you want to stay on a given slide. So unless you're recording the slideshow, you probably are not going to want to fool around with this one. So that's how transitions work in PowerPoint.